What's going on, everybody? Marvel the Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback. And today, folks, we are looking at the Fantastic Four issue number 21. This issue was released in September of 1963, and the cover date is December of 1963. And today, folks, we are looking at a brand new villain. His name is the Hate Monger, and he is going to be introduced into this story today. The Fantastic Four are going to go up against this guy. He's going to have his identity revealed at the very last part of this issue, and we'll find out who that person is. And I'll have to say, you're in for a big shock as to who that person is. I won't reveal it right yet, but you're going to have to wait till the end of this video to find out who is the masked man right here, the Hate Monger. Also, we're going to see a guest appearance of Sergeant Fury. He is going to be helping the Fantastic Four take down the Hate Monger. So let's go ahead now and get started. Today's issue is brought to you by Stan Lee, who wrote this issue. We have the artwork by Jack Kirby, inking by George Bell, and the lettering by Art Simek. And so let's go ahead now and get into this issue. The Hate Monger making his debut in this issue. Who is the Hate Monger? We're going to find all this out. So we begin this issue out. We had the Fantastic Four. First, we're going to have member Reed Richards, who is Mr. Fantastic. He is doing some scientific experiments in his lab, like always. He's looking at the gravitational pull of the moon. I mean, he's just a big scientific geek if you didn't know anything about him as of yet, if you haven't been paying attention. And he notices that the moon's gravitational pull is not acting right. They're not having its normal patterns, and he's wondering about this. All of a sudden, we're going to also see the Human Torch. He is throwing fire darts at Spider-Man. He has a hatred for Spider-Man. Back in the early days, the Human Torch and Spider-Man did not get along, and so all of a sudden, something starts to crash here within the Baxter Building, and Reed Richards first notices it, then the Human Torch, and we're also going to see while Sue Storm, who is the Invisible Girl, she also is going to feel the effects of the vibrations that's going on in the Baxter Building as she's trying on these wigs. Well, who is responsible is the thing. He has created this big punching bag that is suited just for him, and he's letting off his anger by punching this thing, and it's causing a lot of vibrations in the Baxter Building. All the members of the Fantastic Four reach the location where the thing is at, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? And he says, well, I've been reading the papers lately, and I'm blowing off some steam. I can't believe what I've read in the headlines. And what he is seeing in the headlines is that the Hate Monger causes a mob riot in New York City. And so now the Fantastic Four are going to go check it out. And so Reed is trying to downplay everything. He's like, I know how you feel, Ben, but this type of anger and this bigotry usually does not make its way in a free nation like ours. Well, Reed is totally wrong here, as he soon sees a big gathering of people, and they are basically saying all hell to the hate monger, and they're saying that anybody that is an immigrant in this country should be pretty much expelled from the country. And all this anger and this hatred is flowing from this individual, and for some reason these people are blindly following him. Why is that the case? We're going to soon find out. There's this one immigrant guy here. He is already a citizen of this country, but he's being, just pursued by all these angry individuals here. And the thing is like, hey, you guys, what has gone into you? And so he notices the hate monger's up above, and the thing is going to try to get to him first. He wants to wallop him one good one. Well, we see here that the hate monger then grabs this ray gun that's called the H ray, and he bathes the thing in these rays as well as the other members of the Fantastic Four. And so what we're soon going to find out is the effects of the rays are pretty dramatic here, as all of the members of the Fantastic Four turn on each other. The Thing fights the Mr. Fantastic, the Human Torch gets into the fray here, even the Invisible Girl. All members of the Fantastic Four have blind hatred for each other because of the effects of that ray gun from the Hate Monger. And so everybody's starting to notice here and say, hey, what has gotten into the Fantastic Four? Why are they fighting each other? They're supposed to be a team. What is going on here? And so all these bystanders here watching as the Fantastic Four are just disintegrating. The whole team is just disintegrating in front of people's eyes here. This one woman says, I never thought I'd see the day the Fantastic Four would fight each other and mean it. And so, what is going to happen to the Fantastic Four? Well, we're soon going to find out that they are going to split up for good. Reed Richards going to go his own way, Things going his own way, Human Torch going their own way. They've had it with each other, all because of the impact of that H-ray gun. And we notice that Sue Storms stays behind, and she says, "Huh? They forgot all about me." And that's just the way I like it. I must have been mad to think I loved Reed Richards. He's just a big zero. So back where we're going to go back and see what the hate monger is up to. He says, congratulating himself, saying, I've done it. Now with the FF's safely under my spell of hate, we can proceed. Before I'm through, all of Earth will be in the iron grip of the hate mongerer. And so we see that Reed Richards is going to come back to the Baxter building, and he notices that people are slumped to the ground. He's like, what is going on here? We see Mr. Lumpkin says, Mr. Richards, am I glad to see you, sir? Some madman is tearing through the lobby, and he's looking for you. And so Reed's noticing all what's going on. These people are trying their best to stop this person. Who is this person? Well, it is none other than Nick Fury. And we notice that Nick Fury doesn't have his eye patch here. This is before he gets his eye patch. And before that injury that takes place. We also learn here in this issue, if you didn't know, that Reed Richards knows Nick Fury going way back to the Second World War. That's how far back Reed and Nick Fury know each other. So that's pretty cool. Something that I actually did not know about. And so what we're going to see here is that Nick Fury is going to fill in and tell what the heck is going on and why he has come to the Baxter building. And he notices that Reed Richards is not his normal self. And he's going to find out that the Fantastic Four must have been bathed in that ray, the H ray from the hate monger. The hate monger must have gotten to them before he could got there. So what we see here is Nick Fury tells Reed Richards here that there is a lot of trouble going on in South America, specifically the Republic of San Gusto. And he wants the Fantastic Four to go there to stop what's going on there. And there's a link between what's going on in San Gusto and in New York City, and that is that the hate monger has a base set up in San Gusto here, folks. He has a base there. That's where his main base is going to be, and what we're going to see here is we want Nick Fury. Nick Fury wants the Fantastic Four to go and stop the hate monger's main base, and if they could destroy that main base, then the hate monger will not be able to invade other areas of the world. So we see Reed Richards is going to go to San Gusto by himself without the other members of the Fantastic Four. And this gets Nick Fury's attention here. He said, you're not going to take the rest of the Fantastic Four? And Reed says, who needs them? From now on, I work alone. So Reed Richards is going to fly to San Gusto, and this gets the attention of the other members of the Fantastic Four. First the Thing, then Human Torch also notices, as well as the Invisible Girl. They are all going to make their way to the Baxter building, where they're going to find Nick Fury sitting in a seat. He has a big smile on his face. He says, all I got to do is keep my trap shut, and they'll be fighting to go to San Gusto too. That's his big plan. It gets them all riled up. Remember, they're still under the spell of the Hate Monger, and so they agree that they're all going to go to San Gusto and find Reed Richards and stop him. They think that just because um, Reed Richards took the pogo plane, that he's abandoned them, and they don't like that. So they all are going to go there. Well, this also gets the attention of the hate monger. He notices the pogo plane as well, and he's going to then go back to his main base in San Gusto to stop the Fantastic Four. He goes underground in this nuclear sub missile, which is pretty cool here. And with supersonic speed here, he is going to travel underground and go directly to where his main base is at. Meanwhile, we see that Reed Richards gets there before the hate monger does. That just goes to show you how fast the pogo plane really is. And this is where we're going to see Reed Richards going to war with the hate monger's men, and he's going to really stop the hate monger in his tracks. We have some pretty cool panels here drawn by Jack Kirby. Some great storytelling, great artwork by, once again, by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. They are doing some amazing work here. So what we're going to soon see is that Reed Richards is going to come across an underground chamber, and this is exactly where the hate monger has his secret hideout, and he is soon discovered. He is vaporized with some more nerve gas, and he is brought under the control of the hate monger. He is now under hostage here, and Reed Richards is soon going to find out what the hate monger is really trying to do here. His master plan is to basically use his hate ray machine and turn brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, neighbor against neighbor, have the whole world be blanketed with hate. That's his big mission here. And the Fantastic Four are going to have to stop him. Well, how are they going to stop him if they are hypnotized under that spell? Well, we soon see Nick Fury is going to come on the scene. He's going to demand the hate monger to give the antidote to Reed Richards so he can return back to normal, or he's going to get shot. So the hate monger has no choice, gives Reed Richards the antidote. Reed Richards soon finds himself to not hate anyone anymore. But soon we see that the hate monger had a little ace up his sleeve here as he lowers this bulletproof glass. They are now trapped within this glass, but we see that Reed Richards and Nick Fury finds a way out, and Reed Richards was able to grab a vial of antidote capsules, and he's going to use those capsules on the other remaining members of the Fantastic Four. First, he uses it on the Human Torch. He'll use it on the Thing here. And lastly, he's going to use the last capsule antidote on the Invisible Girl. So all the members of the Fantastic Four are back to their normal sense. They are not under the influence of Hate Monger's spell any longer. But we see Nick Fury he needs some help here because he's fighting these men on his own. Well, he's going to get some help from the Fantastic Four. It looks like the hate monger's main mission is going to be thwarted here as the Invisible Girl grabs a hold of hate monger while she is cloaked in her invisibility, and that ray then turns on hate monger's own men, and the hate monger's men shoots and kills the hate monger. And now we're soon going to find out the real identity of the hate monger. Are you ready for this, folks? Are you ready? Boom. It is the awful, hateful Adolf Hitler, folks. The hate monger is Adolf Hitler. We had thought that Adolf Hitler had died in World War II. Well, think again, folks. Adolf Hitler was the hate monger, and he was alive in 1963, apparently. But Reed Richards also gives us a piece of information here, is that Adolf Hitler had many doubles as well. So this could have been a clone of Adolf Hitler. We're not sure for sure, but that's how we end this unique tale. I had no idea who the Hate Monger was, but that was a big shock for me, and I'm sure it was a big shock for you. And we see that the Fantastic Four are going to head back to New York City. Well, that's how we end this issue. I hope you liked it. That was the first appearance of the Hate Monger. I'm not sure if we'll see him return or we might see another manifestation of the Hate Monger in future issues. But comment down below what you thought about this issue. Uh, and also give a like on this video. And if you have not seen the other videos of this Fantastic Four series, I'm going through the entire volume 1 of Fantastic Four. You can click right here. There's a box that will be right here. And you can watch all the other Fantastic Four issues that you've missed. But until next time, folks, we'll be looking at issue number 22. And I will see y'all next time.